as a result of our mental oppression, however, many Africans, especially here in America, simply do not believe or have faith in the collective African world community to possess the necessary capacity, strength, and power to redeem ourselves from Eurasian imposed inferiorization. Eurasian imposed inferiorization. We don't believe that we Africans have the capacity to liberate ourselves from Eurasian cultural oppression, to recover control over our African destiny in the world, and to reestablish an African world order. Hmm. These African non believers can't even fathom in their wildest or most liberated imagination that one day African people will no longer be oppressed under the yoke of Eurasian domination. They don't have the faith that the African world community will ever regain and reclaim its power in the world and be in a position to hold all anti African forces accountable, bringing them before the bar of African judgment, African justice. That's powerful. A BBFODA, African liberation. We have to believe. We have to have an inkling, inkling of hope, a glimmer, if you will, of us being liberated in every way. I mean, even this liberation that I feel, that I sense, that I'm operating under, or in, excuse me, through my awakening is powerful. But yet there's so much more to gain and so many more to assist in liberating. And we have to, this revolution is real. How dare we sit back and let another push their agenda on us in a way, an agenda that is totally opposite of your well-being. It's against your well-being, psychologically, eventually, spiritually, emotionally, physically. We have to begin to think with our third eye, see it for what it is, through the power and presence of our ancestors. By operating in Ma'at, the divine goddess of truth, balance, order, reciprocity, correctiveness. We have to. And when we do that, we'll begin to see the world through an African-centered lens. And we'll begin to see who we truly are as humans. Okay? Our true nature. Our true nature. And what's awesome is, and scary at the same time, is that we've been so alienated from our true nature that we don't know really what's good and what's bad. the good and bad that we know is operating off of someone else's, us functioning and living off of somebody else's consciousness. So we know what that is. But to truly know the good and bad of our true indigenous nature, we don't know. That's why we have the help of the ancestors. They can give us an inkling, again, an inkling, a glimpse, a view of our nature because they lived it. And that nature is inside of us. We just have to spiritually tap into it and see it. Um, but for us to truly express it, to have that expression in the here and now, uh, is a powerful thing. And we should be striving to have that, you know. And what's crazy is we have to fight even among our own people to express our beingness. You know, our own people are so brain dirtied. I don't even like to say brainwashed, brain dirtied, that they fight against you because they truly believe what you're doing, trying to live what's indigenous to you. How much sense that make? You know, how dare you try to be African? You from Pennsylvania, you from Illinois, you from Mississippi, you from California. How dare you try to live African? Really? When we work with folks that are Italian, that are Polish, that are German, they're so proud of their heritage. They wear T-shirts. They put them little stickers on their car reflecting Italy and Poland and Germany all the time. But when it comes to us, we're so befused. We're so hoodwinked, bamboozled. How dare we try to identify with where we come from? The dark continent, the beautiful black continent of Africa. How dare we try to? Our own people ridicule us. You know, why are you wearing African garb? Is it Black History Month? Huh? Why are you wearing that Oxford shirt? You know? You know, you should never be ashamed to wear your African dashiki or whatever it is, you know, cultural, you know, that's of your orientation. You should never be ashamed to, you know. But this is where we are. This is psychology of it that, um, you know, we're living under their oppression. Have been, um, you know, as a result of our mental oppression, he says. Dr. Kobe Kambon, the great psychologist who is now an ancestor, may he rest well. And he's not resting, he's helping us. As a result of our mental oppression. However, many Africans, especially here in America, simply do not believe or have faith in the collective African world community. What a sad commentary. You know, don't have the faith or believe in the collective African world community to possess the necessary capacity, strength, and power to redeem ourselves from Eurasian imposed inferiorization. Inferiorization. Wow. Um, we don't believe that we Africans have the capacity to liberate ourselves from Eurasian cultural oppression. You know, we feel like uh, um, you know, that we're not to always make us feel bad for wanting to again wear a dashiki on a job or whatever. But you know, this is where we are. Have been for a while. And as he says at the beginning of the book, it's past time. You know, we've been asleep for a long time, but many of us are starting to wake up. They can't foresee or envision that one day all evil and destructive deeds against the well-being and survival of African people will be accounted for. They can't envision that one day Africans will once again become the authors of their own history and the sole judges of whom shall be honored and preserved by future generations of African people, as well as who will be forever disdained, if not banished from our collective memory as a result of their alliances with Africa's enemy. That's deep. They can't envision that one day Africans will once again become the authors of their own history and will be the sole judges of whom shall be honored. Mm. Brothers saying, that there will be a day. There will be a day. And, all those who don't foresee this or have belief or faith that this is going to happen are actually helping the enemy. And they will be dealt with accordingly. Um, we are a strong people. We're a beautiful people. Our history is rich. Our history is rich. And no matter what, even now, those who are not operating from their centeredness, they're off. They're off. And you see it. I'll call them again Negroes, created by the mass in them. And you see the fruit of that, even if it looks like it's great fruit, it's GMO. It's not organic. They're getting by because Mass in them is allowing to get by because he's continually to perpetuate and cosign. There's another word I'm trying to think of. What Masson wants him to do. So Masson gives him the green light to do it. But once he wakes up, out of his Negro state into his God state, African center state, Massa gets mad, like, wait a minute. You're not who I created you to be. Why are you trying to escape the plantation? You feel me? The mental plantation. It's deep. I gave you this Christianity, to appease you, to pray to this God that I gave you that I don't even believe in. This is the white man talking. I don't even believe in this white God that I gave you, but you have to, because it keeps you silent, keeps you looking for this pie in the sky, so you don't try to get it down here and get in my way. This is the white man thinking. If we can enslave their spiritual minds, so that they think that something is coming in the by and by, and not in the here and now. They'll be subjected to their false hope. It won't get in our way as we conquer them. It's the white man's thoughts. Eurasian thoughts. That's their system. So we have to undo all that foolishness and don't embrace any of it, so that we can be strong overcomers, and walk in our own reality, our own destiny that the divine mother of the cosmos has given us. Strong we are. So, hence our enemies who have brutally disrespected African life have already secured securely established their rightful place, securely established their rightful place in our history and in African judgment. Mm. So anyone that gets in our way of living out our reality is again going to be dealt with. Um, and should be. How do you keep a person down? How do you keep the collective down like that? Don't allow them to have a human experience or a voice in their beingness, their this place in this awesome sun, this awesome world. There's room for everybody. And see, that's their thinking, coming from their end that, only those who, the elite, that whole insanity. I don't even want to talk about it. Their psychology. Once you begin to talk about their psychology, you become confused because it is confused. But this planet is for everybody that comes here. You should have a right to enjoy the freedoms of whatever is on this planet, to enjoy the sun. How dare you block out parcels of land and call it something and say that this group of people can't come here because this is ours? That's not, it's not right. It's not natural. But here we are, overcoming all of that. You feel me? Overcoming all of that. You see, it is our actions for the good or detriment of African nationhood that automatically determines our place in history, in the collective memory and judgment of our people. We Africans, each and every one of us, will one day have to stand before the revolutionary court of African vindication, and face the Afrocentric Mayan judgment. Mm. It therefore behooves all Africans to take their roles and actions in this life very seriously, rather than lightly, lest they be judged harshly by our history. Know about you, but I'm serious about this. I'm serious about this, even in my dealings with others. And hopefully I'll write this and do a commentary on living consciously in an unconscious world. Um, our beingness, allowing our beingness to um, be. It's hard sometimes. You're trying to live on a higher vibrational level that is in you. But it's difficult because you're working and dealing with people who are not there spiritually. They don't even, they just wake up and do their thing. They have no, they just in the matrix and they're enjoying the matrix. They have no clue that they're even in the matrix, but you're seeing it, and you have to interact with these people. And it's like, wow, you just want to shake them, But so maybe I do a commentary on that because there is a way that we should behave, even when dealing with the unconscious. Um, you know, um, and how not to get plugged into the matrix, you know, trying to live a conscious life. But my energy may seem a little down or not down, but aloof because it has been a long day. But I want to get on here and just share a little bit of my thoughts and whatnot. I have my copper water bottle here. Drinking my water. Copper water bottle is great for you. It's great for the pineal gland. Uh, Google it. Google it. There's a lot of benefits to using a copper water bottle. But anyway, BBI 48, African Liberation. I hope I said something, something that made sense to you. Make you want to come back and hear what Kofi has to say. Kofi, Kofi. All right, BBI 48, Hotep, Divine Peace.